Former Chief of RAW A.S. Dulat has said that the Pathankot operation has been conducted in a very bad fashion. The government has asserted the high casualties suffered by the security forces despite advance intelligence about an impending terror attack in Pathankot was not a lapse, even as defense experts have questioned the way the brazen assault was handled. 6 terrorists were killed after an over 80-hour-long operation in Pathankot. The high casualty among security forces despite prior intelligence warning and deployment of over 250 additional security personnel, including special forces, has raised several questions. Former RAW Chief A.S. Dulat raised questions about failure of security agencies in thwarting the attack.
You see, when things go a bit wrong, we always say badly conducted. It doesn't really help us. But in this particular case, yes, because there was intelligence and then there was a superintendent of the Punjab police who had been hijacked. So there was enough evidence to go by, and some time was wasted. I wouldn't like to blame anybody in particular, but I think the Punjab police should have reacted faster, quicker. See, it's not the first time that they have entered into a military establishment. They have entered into army camps earlier also on the Jammu border. It's happened quite a few times. But this is the first time they selected an air base, because here they could have caused much more damage. Fortunately, they didn't get to the technical area. So, yeah, but you know, whenever something like this happens, there is a security breach. Yeah, that should certainly have been avoided. It's very unfortunate that we had to lose, a lieutenant colonel of the colonel of the NSG, because this has happened many times. It's not the first time. You know, this is a sort of a booby trap which is laid. It had happened in J&K, it happened in the Punjab earlier, that when you rolled over a body, a grenade or an IED went off and somebody got killed. So I don't think this should have happened. Very unfortunate. The lessons to be learnt are that all our military establishments, particularly the bigger ones, need to have better security, like the Pathankot Air Base. And B, that these things, this is not the first or the last terrorist attack. These things, you know, the way the world is today and the way Pakistan is right next to us, these things will happen. So there needs to be a little more preparedness and maybe a little better pre-planned coordination. Not that there isn't coordination, but I think it needs to be planned ahead, that you know what happens in an emergency or a crisis situation, because we are reacting to crisis, you know, and once a crisis is over, because after Mumbai really we haven't had a crisis. So this has happened after what, 7 years or so. Now, whatever strong steps you have to take have nothing to do with the dialogue. I think whether you call it dialogue or whether you call it engagement or whatever, but we must keep talking to Pakistan. That should never stop. And I think Modi ji took a very bold, imaginative step in going to Lahore. You know, it's not easy for a Prime Minister. My only regret is that he took too long to go there. He should not have taken 18 months to go to Lahore. But having done it, it's a very good beginning, and I think we need to build on it. If this is Jaish-e-Mohammed, then Jaish-e-Mohammed, one can say, is a rogue element, because Jaish has been involved in a lot of attacks in Pakistan as well, including 2 attacks on General Musharraf. And for a long time, what's his name, Masood Azhar was locked up by the Pakistani authorities. Now why he's been set free, I don't know.
Powered by Nnis.